Hi, this is Mary, aka the Cannabis Confessions, and shout out to Dro.tv. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to My First Time, the show about your first time getting high on marijuana. I'm your host, Mike Freeman with Dro TV. Today, I'd like to welcome our guest, Mary from the Cannabis Confessions. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on Dro TV. You can find Mary on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, WeedTube at the Cannabis Confessions. We'll have a link below to her link tree with all of those. So, Mary, thanks again for giving us some time today. Let everybody know where you're located and what you provide to the cannabis community.
So I'm located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And what I provide I like to do makeup, fun cannabis themed makeup because you don't get to really see that. And I've even like with the hashtag on Instagram and all that, I've noticed like it's a rare thing to really see someone like always doing cannabis makeup. And I thought it was fun because it is a really fun thing to do while I'm high. And the idea came to me a few years ago when I was like, you know what, I should just record myself doing this because I've gotten compliments on my makeup. Sorry. I've gotten compliments on my makeup multiple times, and I just thought it would be fun to do.
Awesome. And looking at your pages, you definitely do some pretty cool makeup. So, how long have you been doing makeup?
Since I started burlesque, in high
Okay.
school, I hated wearing makeup. My mom would get mad at me because I would just like roll out of bed 5 minutes before we left, and I like would barely brush my hair. And she'd be like, "Why won't you wear makeup? Every other teenage girl wears makeup." And I was like, "I don't care about that. Whatever. Like, I just want to graduate." And then I got into burlesque, and that's when I was like, "Oh, this is like a different world of art. It's a different form of art
Sure.
that I could do as an artist because before I was, on paper or a canvas, and then suddenly I'm like, I could do this on my body."
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that's back, and that was like what I want to say 13 years ago now. So right
Okay.
after high school.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we definitely want to get into more of that and your burlesque, your art, your makeup.
Yes.
But the show is my first time, Mary. So please indulge us in the first time you got high.
Okay, so I do want to say I didn't get high. I was one of those kids that was like, I'm drug free, so let me be. And I took my Dare Pact seriously.
Okay.
So I didn't do any form of drugs. I would drink when I was like 16. We would sneak off, like a teenage girl would. But I would refuse to do marijuana, cocaine, like anything offered to me. I was like, nope, I'm good. Leave me alone. All my friends would partake, and I was always strong on it. So I actually didn't even try marijuana until I was 25 years old.
Okay.
And so a lot of people are pretty shocked by that. But I was just really insistent on it. And when my friends finally got me to cave, they're like, here's this cookie. Just try it just once. And I was like, no, they're like, you're 25. Come on. You can do this. Don't. And so I did. I took the whole cookie though on accident. Like they gave it to me and I took it because they like turned their backs. I took it. They turned back and they're like, you just took that entire thing? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, why? And they're like, okay, this is going to be fun. Because it was apparently a high dosage first time. I didn't realize I was high because we went to go get pizza and I was sitting in the back seat on my phone, and I didn't realize I was high until I needed to change my phone from my right hand to my left hand, and I couldn't figure out how. I mean, I was just like sitting there in the car, and I was like, "Wait, how? How do? Oh my god, I'm high!" And then I was hysterically laughing. It was actually a pretty unpleasant experience for a little bit because I went through these range of emotions, and I do, disclaimer, I have mental health issues. I have BPD, depression, bipolar, all of that. So
Okay.
that's another reason why it wasn't smart for me to partake in marijuana while I was a teenager because I was being treated for that.
Sure.
Um, and so I went through a range of emotions where I would cry and then laugh, and Like, it was just crazy. We got back to the house and I ate the entire pizza and 2 bags of breadsticks. And I couldn't stop eating. And I kept telling everyone, I'm like, I'm really full. I should not be eating. And they're like, well, then stop. And I was just like, I can't. So I kept eating the pizza. And like I said, I ate majority of it. And they were just like, God, this bitch is like too high. They tried to get me to lay down, but I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. So they leave, they're like, okay, go to the bathroom. So I leave and I go to the bathroom. And apparently I'm gone for like 2 hours. And they're like, someone should go check up on her. I mean, it's been a while. Like, even if she was going number 2, she, so they come in and I'm just sitting there staring, like on the toilet, looking at the wall. And my friend came in and she was like, Mary, are you okay? And I just looked at her and I was like, I can't remember how to pee. I forgot. And she's just like, well, do you just push? You just push, And I was just like, go get me some water. If you give me some water, it'll come right through. I just know it. Go get me some water. And so she came and brought me water, and I was still in there for another 30 minutes before I came out. I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I don't remember. I can't figure it out. And I laid down on the couch and I passed out. And I woke up and I was like, I don't want to ever do that again. So I didn't partake in marijuana again until I was 28.
Okay. So yeah, edible, certainly a different experience than smoking.
Yeah.
Do you smoke? Did you smoke when you were 28? How did you get back into cannabis?
So I got back into it with flower, hitting a pipe with my friend, and it was my best friend at the time. And I was struggling a lot mentally. Medications weren't working, and I was frustrated with therapy and my doctors because I felt like they weren't listening to me. And my best friend was like, just try marijuana again. She's like, ignore that first time, because the majority of people, and I agree with her, that I talked to, when if their first time is like an overdone, like too much cannabis, too much, like 50 milligrams, like that's too much for a first timer.
Sure.
And some people do that, and it can be a pretty bad experience. And it's like, you can't let that put you off, because you just weren't given the proper dosage. It'd be no different than if you were taking a painkiller or Tylenol. Like, you can't take too much of something, because your body is not going to enjoy, like, especially if your body's not used to that.
Right.
And so she's just explained that to me. And she's like, and what you did, edibles are way different than just inhaling one puff. She's like, just, that's all I'm asking you to do. It's a way low dosage. Like, you're not gonna feel like that. And so I finally caved and I did it. And I'll never forget the feeling, because like, I have a lot of anxiety, and I've been on Klonopin, all those prescription drugs.
Sure.
That are terrible for you. I've been on all of them and they don't work. Like, I wait the 30 minutes and I'm still shaking, I'm still anxious and all that. But marijuana is the one thing that I could take a hit and I immediately felt like this rush leave me. Like, I could breathe, I was relaxed. I was like, it's okay. I can handle life now. I can handle whatever is thrown at me. Like, I'm not gonna go off the rails, because again, I'm BPD. I struggle with mental health, and and so it was the first and only thing that, in my experience, that it was able to help me immediately, and I would feel better and able to think more logically and be less emotional, like emotionally drastic.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it immediately settled me. And yeah, I've been smoking since.
Awesome. Has it helped you get off all these medications? You still have to take some?
So I'm still weaning off of them, because
Okay.
I've been on some of them since I was 15.
Okay.
Like the Zoloft, that's gonna, it takes a while to get off that, because, and I have to go back and forth with it, because I have tremors, and like, I really do go through pretty bad withdrawal. And so I am in the progress of doing that. It's just like I said, I've been on these medications for
Yeah.
like 20 years now. So
Yeah.
you got to take that. If you got to be careful about it, because that withdrawal could be equivalent to, heavier drugs like heroin or whatever. It could kill you.
Right.
if you're not doing it right. And yeah, so I am the process, but it's taking some time. My doctor personally doesn't, my psychiatric doctor doesn't want me smoking marijuana. But I've told him, like, well, when you can prescribe me something that's going to help me the way marijuana does, I'll give it a try, I'll stop. But he hasn't, like, I've been with him for 7 years, and in all those 7 years and all the medications, there was nothing. And there still is nothing. And then it really became clear to me that he's working for the pharmaceutical industry and like all that when he wanted to prescribe me Ritalin.
Hmm.
And I was like, so you don't want me smoking marijuana, but you're ready to prescribe me Ritalin after I'm already on SSRIs and trying to get off of them because I hate that I'm addicted to this substance.
Hey everybody, I want to quickly mention food forest abundance. Food forest abundance is a great way to create your own self-sustaining food forest and naturally occurring ecosystem that's commonly found in nature but designed specifically for you. Through multiple layers of trees, shrubs, herbs, vines, rhizomes, mushrooms, and perennial vegetables, you can become your own supply chain without the typical maintenance required of a garden. From small spaces to large areas, both urban and suburban, Food Forest Abundance wants us to get back to our roots in nature by engaging with our food production in a meaningful way. For more information, click on the link in the description below and start your journey today. Okay, let's get back to today's episode.
Mm. Yeah, even in the
Yeah.
state of Colorado, one of the first states to legalize it 10 years ago
Yes,
now.
recreation.
Like a psychiatric doctor can't see the benefits of. It's bizarre that, well, like you said, it's probably pharmaceuticals, whether it's he's getting greased on the backside or there's some kind of kickback for promoting or using, you know,
Yeah.
those kinds of drugs and medication. But it's great that this plant is able to help you out and, at least for mental health and physical health as well,
Yeah,
you know. Um,
definitely.
so I would imagine getting high and doing the makeup and the art that, that's something that makes you happy and brings a smile to your face.
Yes, it always does. Especially when I do crazy looks.
There you go. Is there I've actually been to Colorado Springs once. I'd like to go back and hike Pikes Peak, but it's a story for another day. Is there a decent burlesque scene in Colorado Springs, or is this something you travel to Denver?
I actually travel all over the state.
Okay.
There's some I've done down in Pueblo and Canyon City, and there is a couple of places in Colorado Springs. One of my favorite places is definitely Fritzy's. It's like right next to the Triple Nickel Tavern, and it's downtown. They moved locations after COVID, so
Okay.
I would definitely recommend them because you go down into the basement and it's like an Egyptian 1920s speakeasy.
Oh wow.
It is, yeah, it's a really cool vibe. The owner, Gentle, is amazing, and they have awesome burlesque shows. I know they have a show coming up with Alex Valdez and the Fritzies Follies with Anna, or I'm sorry, a Naughty Miss.
Okay.
So they have some awesome shows coming up, and especially with October, Halloween, like is one of a lot of burlesque dancers' favorite, time of year because we get to go all out and more crazy than we normally do.
Sure.
And so I would definitely recommend a place that, like, if you've never been to the show, it's a great scene down there. I love them.
So where do you do most of your cannabis art? Are you at festivals and events?
I'm just now trying to get into that because
Okay.
I have built the audience finally because I've been, I've been rejected before just because I didn't have a big enough fan base. Like your follower count does influence when people want you in their events and
Sure.
stuff because they want you to be able to bring in that base too. And so I am trying to get into events. I know I have an event in California. I'm sorry, I have an event with some friends that they're trying to get me to come out to with her name is there's the THC Mermaid,
Okay.
And then Cannabis Mermaid. They do burlesque out there too, but they incorporate cannabis into their routines, and they have like cannabis mermaids. It's really cool. Their tails are cannabis leaves.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they're really cool.
That sounds very cool.
So trying to do that this year.
Excellent. Whereabouts in California?
I am not entirely sure.
Okay. No
I think
worries.
it's like Santa Barbara, around there in that area. I'm
Okay.
not entirely sure. I plan on going out to California anyways, just because I want to see the ocean.
Yeah, cool. Um, so any upcoming events? And well, you said Halloween, that's a big one. Um,
Yeah,
and I guess, yeah, man, I forget that we're in August already, so we're almost 2 months away.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a short amount of time. That's crazy.
Really,
So,
yeah.
is it holidays, or are a lot of themes around certain holidays that you might be busier than just a regular summer day or something with your
Yeah,
makeup and art?
yeah, I would definitely say it's because, that's when the summer, like in October, December, people are outside enjoying the sun, and they're inside and they get bored and they're like, where can we go that's inside?
Right.
And a burlesque show. So that's, yeah, it's fun. It's all, we do themes, and I was a part of a Hocus Pocus witch show where
Okay.
it was like witches, like of all genres. I did Sabrina the Teenage Witch,
Oh, cool.
but there were like the Hocus Pocus, obviously, and they had a Penny Dreadful. I'm trying to remember, the Wicked Witch of the East or West, whatever, which one of that.
I forget.
But just
Yeah.
witches in media and all of that. So it was a lot of fun to do that. This year, I'm not entirely sure what the theme is yet, but I know there is going to be another show with Legion, Ravens Legion in Denver at the venue. And she usually does like dark, she calls it horror-less,
Okay.
where it is definitely like people incorporate blood and get really dark and, yeah, creepy with it and scary with it. So I know she is going to be doing a show in October that I would definitely recommend. And then again, Fritzy's will always have amazing shows pretty much every weekend. And then, definitely in August, there'll be every weekend. There will be something fun going on and an amazing show I would definitely check out.
Very cool. I don't know if you've ever been. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm in Orlando now. Um, but Salem, Massachusetts, around Halloween is crazy. Um, so if you
Sure.
haven't had a chance, definitely, put it on your bucket list for sure.
It is. It's already on there. I'm like, one year I'm going to do Halloween in Salem. It's happening.
Nice. And actually down here, I could care less about Disney or Universal. I don't judge anyone that likes it because obviously it's extremely popular. But
Yeah.
I did go to, my buddy wanted to go, so he dragged me there. We're state residents, so obviously we got a discount. But we did go to the Halloween Nights of Horror Universal or something, and that was pretty cool. I'm a big horror movie fan. The first movie I ever watched when I was 5 years old was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
Oh,
yeah, maybe not the best thing for 5-year-old. Myself and my brother at the time, who was 7-year-old, we watched it unbeknownst to my parents. They weren't like, let's put this on and watch it.
yeah.
We just wanted to watch it. But I mean, I grew up with Hellraiser and Freddy and all that stuff. So
Same.
I see
I
Jake Skellington behind you there. So
Oh, that's my little there's Beetlejuice in my little Tim Burton collection.
oh, sweet.
Beetlejuice and all of them. And then I have my Elvira Funko Pop because
Yeah,
she's pretty
I
dope.
can tell you have an Elvira vibe to you. So that's very cool.
Thank you. I
I
hope I get to meet her one day. She went to high school here in Colorado Springs.
No
She went
kidding.
to she went to Palmer High, yeah. So that's like a thing that I like telling people, that like she went to high school here.
Wow. Okay. There used to be a place in Massachusetts called Spooky World, and I met Tom Savini there. Um, I don't think I ever met Elvira, but it was one of those things where like she was at a table over there. So like you were able to see her as a
Like see
person,
her
not
hair.
just someone on TV. But I
Oh
met
yeah,
Kane.
she looks stressed. Sorry.
Yeah. No, she was, I mean, I was like 16, 17, so she was still pretty hot then. Um,
Yeah.
but I met Kane Hodder, who played Jason. I met one of the guys from American Werewolf in London. So it was like 20 minutes from where I grew up, and every year they would have some big horror people, and it was you're through the cornfields on a hayride type thing, and then they had big, huge. They had a stage where people would perform, and it was awesome. So they don't make horror movies like they used to, but when a good one comes out, I'm always looking forward to it. What you smoking on, Mary? What do you got packed in there?
Um, I have today from Live Well. What is it? I don't even remember the name of it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't even know where the bucket is because I already transferred it all to my jar. But it is from Live Well, and from he said it was a sour diesel Blue Dream blend.
Okay,
And so I love my sativas. So, and I love Blue Dream is one of my favorites. So I was like, all right, give it to me.
awesome.
And so then yeah. And then this is the pipe I had customly made by the Spork Witch, which my best friend got ordered for me. And yeah, it's like crystals and all that. It's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
it looks very cool. So, if you were to pick a couple of your favorite horror movies, I don't have to hold you to one, but we get some good horror movie recommendations. Or not even recommendations, your favorite ones.
Okay, Silent Hill is always a favorite. When
That
I
one?
first saw that, I was in high school and I saw that and I was like, I couldn't believe I had seen it sooner. But I was like, that is one of the scariest fucking movies I have seen in a hot minute. Like the janitor in the stall, like Pyramid Head, the music, the fucking sirens. Fuck those sirens, man. I
Yeah,
hear those
yeah.
and I'm like, take shelter, grab a weapon. Like grab a radio. We need to see a pyramid. Like I just free. It's just so anxiety inducing. Because I also then played the games, but I thought it was a scary movie, and yeah, it's definitely one. I'm not a huge. I don't think slashers are scary to me. Like really, I guess like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is kind of scary in the sense that it like actually happened.
Sure.
But when I was watching it with my mom, she was like, I was just like, this is fucking stupid. And she's like, because my mom was like, this is the scariest thing in the world. I can't believe this happened. That poor girl, those poor people. And I was just like, this is dumb. Like, I'm leaving. I just wasn't entertained by it. I didn't find any interest in it. I watched the Saw movies and I thought those were pretty good in the sense like there's like I guess like I said slasher horror and then there's like
Yeah,
the psychological horror.
sure.
So I did kind of like Saw just because it had that psychological aspect and I liked the riddles and the puzzles and trying to figure out the story and all of that. So I do like those kind of horror movies in that sense. But I'm definitely more of a fan of like paranormal and the psychological, like something you can't see, you
The
can't
Shining?
control. And
You like The Shining?
I did think that was scary when I'm not, yeah, when I was a little girl and I watched it, I did freak out from especially the lady in the tub. I was like, oh hell no. I was like, why is that little boy going in there? Like as soon as he rounded the corner and saw that, I'd be out. Like what child does that? He needed help.
How about The Conjuring? Did you see The Conjuring?
Yeah, I did think that was pretty creepy.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that one.
Especially the like the
The
clapping
clap.
with their kids and
Yeah,
all that. Like that was scared the living shit out of me.
yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. I thought the first Freddy had some creepy stuff to it. That was more horror than slasher. But yeah, like the slasher films, they just become a cheesy joke, really. But yeah, I'm with you. I like the psychological, the scary edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen. Now everything's kind of like jump cuts and overdone fake scares and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why I do like The Conjuring. There was a lot of, psychological scariness to the movie. So and paranormal, like you said. So that one's pretty good. So
Another one I would recommend to people that I found scary just because I struggle with my mental health and all that. And it just gave me the creeps, and everyone I've shown it is also like, that's messed up. Like, it is called The Ward. And
yeah, with Amber Heard.
is that who that is?
I'm pretty sure that's
Damn it.
Yeah.
Now I can't like that movie anymore. But in the movie, it's crazy because it pretty much explains who she is now and like what Johnny Depp went through.
Hey, she
So
was
like,
I guess she was made
makes
for that
so much
role,
sense
right?
now. Yeah, makes so
think-
much sense now. Watch that movie if you want to know what Johnny Depp went through.
Yeah, I think that's a John Carpenter film, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's a Carpenter film. But
Damn.
nonetheless, no, it's still a good movie. Hey, I mean,
Like the psychological break, man.
we both can attest that in all types of art, there are crazy people. That's how you get some great art sometimes. So, anyways,
How much of it was real?
yeah. Art imitating life, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Well, Mary, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you again for coming on Dro TV. Let everybody know the best place that they can find you.
Instagram, I like to post a lot there, followed by, well, I always automatically post to Twitter, but Instagram is mainly the place, and I'm going to be trying to put more videos on WeedTube. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Can I read? Do you need me to read it? I'm trying to put more videos on WeedTube.
No worries. Awesome. Well, again, thank you for coming on Dro TV. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go down there and smash the like button for Mary. Leave a comment with your favorite horror movie, scary, paranormal, psychological thriller, because maybe there's some that I haven't seen. I've pretty much seen them all. But going back to Tim Burton, I think his two Batmans, I love the Christopher Nolan Batmans, but the two Tim Burton Batmans, for some reason, they're overlooked. And I think Michael Keaton was one of the best Batmans. So
yeah,
Batman Returns with the Penguin and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, that's one of the best Batmans, in my opinion. So
yes, agreed.
Cool. And I can't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, you got to make sure you go down and subscribe to Dro TV, because otherwise you would miss awesome interviews with people like Mary. So Mary and the Cannabis Confessions, thank you very much for coming on Dro TV. And as always, smoke them if you got them. What's up, Dro TV family? You can now stream the audio version of all these episodes on your favorite podcast player. And if you like more episodes like this, check out this playlist we put together over here for you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. You don't want to miss more great content from Dro TV. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, smoke them if you got them.